and welcome to Jabberjaw. I'm your host, Jessica Dawson Collier, and with me, as always, is Tyson Wheeler Dynas and Matthew David Smith. Guys, welcome.
Hi.
Hey guys,
Hi.
welcome back, everybody. Whoever's watching or listening to
Hello.
this right now.
And thank you for waiting and your
That's right.
patience, as
Absolutely.
always.
You never know when it's coming.
That's true. It's true.
We sneak up on you.
That's our style. That's
It
our
is.
style.
It
People
is.
love it and they hate it. It's
If
fine.
we were a newspaper, we'd be out of business.
We probably
Yes, we would.
But then every newspaper is basically out of business.
That is true.
I know.
We're just going to
Sad.
peer, a lazy peer to all of the.
So how have you guys been doing? It's impending. The snow is coming here, so we're just dealing with that.
I think you're getting our leftovers here in a moment.
Yeah, and then we get the leftovers, I guess, which is either it's on that like it's going to be rain, it's going to be snow, nobody knows. Like it's it's going to be like just crappy in some form or another. But we'll find out. I guess,
can't wait. Lovely. Good times ahead.
It's all right. So we have those noof puppies, and they love the snow. I mean, in theory, adult noofs love the snow. So we'll probably get some pretty cute snow-packed puppy pictures for the next.
You haven't just like taken one of the puppies and like launched it into a mound of snow. That's what I. Envision.
There is. Well,
no. Beth just had a heart attack listening to that right now.
The closest thing that happens to the puppies right now when it comes to like them being white is when they're feeding, because they still feed a little bit off their mom, they get milk runs up their nose, so they get these white noses with this milk that's coming. It is aggressively adorable. It
sounds pretty cute. It sounds real cute.
It is something else. So, but yeah. So anyway, so the snow, that'll be fine. Plus, it helped me out with another issue, but so that's all good. We can get into that later. I don't care. I don't know. We can talk. It's a fucking fire sale on my skull right now, but anyway, it's like everything must go. All right, let's get rid of it.
I'm gonna like this.
Wipe it all
Everyone's
out.
gonna like this. Yeah.
Starting over, starting fresh.
Let's see. What was the? It's like the Beyond. Yeah, Matt, did you buy a furnace already?
I just had that magic happen this afternoon. So they arrived.
Oh, damn, buddy!
Right at 8 a.m. They were waiting for me. I have a feeling they were like waiting outside just at 8 a.m. And then they were just on the nose, just right there. And so
that's good service.
Yeah,
that is good service.
I will say, and I'm going to leave a Google review because they asked me to. But they were good. They were good. And I get that. Like that is one thing that I think is actually. Kind of an effective thing is the Google reviews in this world. So
I read them.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I do too.
I do too. They seem like do a pretty good job making sure they're legit. And those guys, I think he told me they get $50 a piece if I leave them a positive review. So I'm like, sure, I'll do that. And
absolutely.
give me up all kinds of stuff. I got a dynamic air filter. I don't know what the difference is, but it's got a cord coming out of it now. It plugs in. Nice. So I'm like, that must be cool. So I got that. And then what else did he throw in there? He added some seal. He went through for about 10 minutes and showed me like what he sealed up. And he's like, so you're not going to have that problem anymore. You're not going to have, like, I had no idea any problems at all. But I'm not going to die from carbon monoxide poisoning. That's great.
That's a huge
lot more stuff I would have rather spent $6,000 on. Lots of stuff. Like I made a list of just all the stuff I would rather. Like an actual
at night before you go to sleep. Yeah,
professional bouncy house. Yes, all kinds of things.
How are you feeling about home ownership at this point in time, Smith?
Okay, so we talked through this a little bit, or when I let you guys know because you're my buds and I have to share share the ups and share the downs.
I believe you said it was a day of dark reflection or something along those lines.
Something like that. It was very Matt Smith. Yes,
it was. Because you kind of it's like getting older. You know it's going to happen, so it's like how I kind of prepare myself for turning the next birthday. I'm already that number in my head, so it doesn't hit as hard. Kind of the same thing with I just knew that at some point like something big is going to break, and like that was was the biggest one. So I guess I'm thankful for that I get that out of the way. But a little disappointing. There again, lots of things I would have rather had than.
I will just add to this. I one time heard Kathy say we were I was visiting or something, and she goes, "If it plugs in, Matt owns it, and now he owns an air filter that plugs in, which is
I do.
amazing."
I do. I do. The best part of my house is like when the power goes out, then it like kicks back on in the middle of the night, and it's like
Oh,
the house of demented toys. Like it's just the noises that emerge from every cavern. It's fantastic and magical. So yeah, so I got a dynamic air filter now for my furnace, and yeah,
that actually is
yeah.
pretty. It sounds awesome, to be
It does
honest.
sound
And
awesome.
you need
Sounds like a
heat.
treat.
I mean, you need heat. Like you can't go through this without heat.
Well,
So it's like, what
especially
do you?
this time of year. Like,
Absolutely.
what shitty timing.
Yeah, and I think Mother Nature or Father Christmas or whomever is responsible for the weather, uh, like that really, like I think that cold has wreaked havoc on the poor thing because like it never gets
Yeah.
below like 20 degrees, and so
Well,
yeah. So anyway,
well, here's like a thing that I learned accidentally from my brother-in-law. They have a pretty big house. Like it's actually quite big. So they have 3 furnaces. And so imagine having to
What?
replace 3 furnaces at the
that's
same
yeah
time.
that
How big is that place?
It's
Jesus.
not as big as you would think, but apparently it gets cold.
I mean, it's a big nice house, but yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, three
That's
furnaces. Yeah, I just
I
got the
mean,
seems a
one.
little overboard.
Yeah,
I mean, if you can afford a nice big house, you can probably afford the 3 furnaces. But still, that's not a great situation to be in, you know. Especially
Yeah.
since none of us have children, we have pets. You know,
Yeah.
so,
that's true.
Hey, they're still considered children, so you know what?
not on
Let's
my
just go
tax
with that.
return. It's not.
I've tried many times. Doesn't work.
Well, I'm glad you got a new furnace, man. Congratulations. You
Thank
won't
Yeah,
you.
you
Yeah,
won't
congrats. It's a
freeze
big deal.
in the
Yeah.
coming
no,
in the
I'm
coming.
comfy. That's
Yeah.
the end
No
result. Is I'm
no
comfy.
Jack Nicholson from The
Nothing
Shining
different. Nothing
moments.
doesn't even smell different in here. It's just the same old. It's like it never even happened. But
How's that? How's the so? What's the warranty on something like that? I'm so sorry.
so I'm glad
I'm
you
my
asked,
dad.
Tyson. So
You in
because
the market?
I had the exact same question when my furnace went down out because it wasn't that old, and it was explained to me.
Oh
It's
no,
explained to me that
I don't like that.
it covers it, like your warranty covers your furnace if it breaks, but if it like leaks and kills you, not covered. Like so, as
Really?
long as it's
What?
continuing to function, it's like so if like a fan physically breaks, that's under warranty. But like because like the housing and stuff was, I guess there was some corrosion and some gases were not leaking yet, but on their way to leaking. Uh, it was not covered. So anyway, that's the story I was told. I've already paid for it. That's the story I choose to believe.
Yeah,
And
just roll with it, buddy,
Wait,
for now.
yeah,
Yeah,
wait.
you
yeah,
can
the
look
new one,
into it later.
new one has a 10 year, so I'm hoping that
There you
that
go.
gets me
That's
through.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, so
Yeah, that's good.
that's
Now,
just yeah.
all right.
Sounds good.
It begs the question then. So, if the furnace was still working, how did you find out it was bad? I mean, did you get headaches and see like triple vision or something
So
like
in
that?
one of the more adult things I've done in my life, I have actually a service where they come out like every 3 to 6 months. I think it's like every 3 months, and they do
That
like
is
a
very adult.
checkup for yeah,
That is
I
adult. I
know.
should probably do that.
I know. And so no, but it's like $15 a month, but like but yeah, they give you like 20% off the work. So like it wound up like not saving me money because that would be a ridiculous thing to say, but it was not as painful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's so actually then they've come out here since I've lived in the house, and so
Did they work
so
on your oven? Because that was kind of a shit show, wasn't it?
they did not work on my oven.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no, that requires a Bosch German has to be flown in from Bavaria with his toolkit, uh, and that's expensive. So
That does sound
that
expensive.
is expensive. Yeah, that is expensive. So no.
There's tariffs on people that are actually
That's what
professionals
I read.
in other
Yeah.
countries. So when they
Hmm.
come in, you got to pay an extra 25%. They have to
Uh,
pay. It's a fucking thing.
That's ridiculous.
I know. What are
It's
you
going to
gonna
fix America, but that's ridiculous.
do? It didn't work. He did this in 2028. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it. Anyway, it didn't work then. Dawson, how have you been doing? Sorry.
Yes.
I've been well. I have been what have I been doing? I'm brain farting. I've been getting into Facebook fights. That's been fun.
That
That
has
was
been
Which I
fun.
shared with you
You
guys.
did.
yeah.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
got into my first one of 2025 with an idiot from middle school. And I'm pretty sure he hates me even more now. So very
Yeah.
proud of myself.
I wish I had an idiot from middle school I could correspond with
Yeah,
still to this day.
I like all of my idiots from high school. Right? Like that's the problem, or
I
middle school.
I love mine too, but every once in a while there's a male chauvinist piece of shit that posts
Yeah, he
something on
wasn't. He
Facebook, and
wasn't
you
even
just
hiding
can't
it.
let it slide.
No,
Sorry.
he was
Yeah,
like,
he really, he fit the bill. That
he
was-
really did. He really did.
I mean,
He
Yeah.
was like, he woke up and he's like, I'm gonna write something about feminism today, and yeah,
Fucking atrocious. Yeah.
and
You know
then
what feminism needs? A strong man. That's
oh my god,
basically how it started. And then I just blasted him from there with the help of two of my best friends right here. So thanks,
no,
guys.
I
Thanks
will
for the
say,
support.
I will say the way you ended it was perfect. He wrote this huge thing about whatever was rebutting. He did kill one of your things, right? One of your
Yeah,
replies.
he deleted it, but then later he said, "No, it's still showing up." He deleted it.
But all
Yeah.
you did after that whole screen was just laugh. You did a little laugh emoji. You know, like that's it. Like didn't even post an emoji. Just click. You know, instead of thumbs up, just laugh. And I was like, that is so
it was,
demoralizing.
oh, it was,
You know,
it
Oh
was. That was
yeah, you
great.
know he was stewing about it for he's probably still stewing about
Oh, you
it,
could
so it
tell
makes
just by
me
the
happy.
length of his responses was just like, holy shit,
Oh my
you just
god.
ate up this last 45 minutes of little man Andrew Tate's day, and like, holy shit, you're
Yeah,
just
I was telling the
angry.
guys it took me like 3 thumb scrolls to get to the bottom of it
It was
so
done.
that I could just laugh at him and then be gone.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god, I
fantastic.
haven't texted
Yeah.
that much. Like instead of like Instacart, I guess that's the only other time I have to text that much. But it was a lot. Like it
It
was.
was a lot. I mean, good lord. And it's seriously on the Lord part. He wrote a lot
Oh,
about
he was.
Jesus.
You got scripture in there too. Like
Yeah,
as an
a
added
lot.
bonus, you got
Yeah,
scripture. Yeah.
yeah.
So how's that working out for you?
yeah. That
You know, I feel like a bad agnostic after reading what Cam
It's
Moron wrote. So, you
uh,
know,
well,
well, you know, it keeps you busy, right?
hey, it did. It really did. It kept me entertained.
it
And then at one
also
point, I was
entertained.
like, I have to stop this. The guys are going to have an intervention with me tomorrow. So,
I was like,
you know, I had a bit of fun,
we
got it out
enjoyed
of
it.
my
And
system.
we
It's great. Yeah.
encourage that kind of behavior more.
Yeah, I mean, we would
Yeah.
never intervene in something as
Oh,
entertaining as that.
absolutely not. No,
Oh,
Yes.
it was pretty. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, should I? Yes, I am. And I'm going to bring the guys along for the
yeah,
ride. So,
yeah,
yeah, I
we're
appreciate
terrible
it.
terrible friends in that capacity. Like if you're doing something that is quite possibly entertaining to us, but dangerous to yourself,
Yeah, we
probably
may.
not going to say a whole lot.
That's
It's just,
probably
Yeah.
yeah.
that's
Matt is
fair.
Yeah.
right about that.
Yeah. That's true.
That is definitely our dynamic collectively.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Still going strong. All right.
Hey, way to go, guys.
We haven't
This is why
killed us
people
yet.
love us and hate us, probably.
That's
Whatever.
what it's both. But I mean, the people that hate us, they just get one exposure and then they stop.
That's true.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Little
it's fine.
tester. Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
fine. That's what I've been up to. Smith, how are things with the puppy? You have
Good
puppies or
puppy.
puppy as well?
Puppy was doing real good up until this afternoon, where Puppy
Oh yeah.
had a
You
little
want
bit
to
of
talk about that, buddy?
an accident. No,
Yeah.
but I'm sure Kathy would like to talk about it. I feel bad because, like, yeah, it did not sound like a fun. Now he's been doing great, but he just, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the little guy. So he's still a puppy. You know, he's
Absolutely,
almost
yeah.
8 months old. So I've got to.
Yeah, he's not even a teenager yet in dog years. So
That's true. That's
you know,
true. Yeah, I
so
should
he,
keep that in mind. He's a
yeah,
preteen.
he is. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's not
gonna
a
rebel a little,
he's
you
not a
know?
Yeah.
toddler. Well, he could also just be nervous. You know, like something could have scared him. You know, like
That's
who
true.
knows?
That's true.
Oh,
No,
that's
that's
true.
true. There's
Yeah.
lots of. So anyway, it's not. They believe me. It's much better than most dogs that are in my life. And so not yours, not the present companies excluded. I'm not going to name names. Yeah.
You
So
could. It's fun.
I could, but I won't. I choose not to. How about
That's
that?
that's
Yeah,
Good
choose
man.
not
Good
to.
nice.
man.
Yeah.
Better than
No,
me. Yes.
he's doing good. He's fun. I took him to the park. Last
Aw.
Friday, I think we walked around for a little bit and we ran
Like a
into
park or a dog park?
actually like a giant, like now there's this huge like Metropolis Park in kind of the middle of Indianapolis,
Oh,
called Eagle
wow.
Creek,
Neat.
and it's really nice. Like the Eli Lilly owns it, so it's got
Oh,
that
Oh,
oh yeah.
good
nice.
drug
Okay.
money backing it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but it's like I don't know how many acres, but it's
Legit
huge. But
drug money.
it's yeah,
Yeah.
oh, they own this town. Like if somebody owns something they don't, it's because they let them. Like that's how it works.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
no, it was cute. We ran it. We were well, there were a bunch of hiking trails, and so it's a really gorgeous area. And so we were hiking through, and shit you not, like we're not walking for like 4 minutes. And this dog loves people. Like he wants to meet everyone and
Aw.
everything. And we
What a
ran into
sweetheart.
like a classroom of kids taking a hike, and so like it was like a freaking gauntlet getting through of like because like kind of looking at the teacher like it's not going to kill your children. I swear to God, it's not going to kill your children. And all one and touching it and sort of being like, don't bite them, don't bite. But no, he was very good. He was very good. He enjoyed the attention. So
Now
yeah, no,
leash,
he's
leash, no leash. There's no
a
leash part.
leash. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
all
A
like
leash.
no,
leash?
Okay.
Okay.
we're on the other
Yeah.
because this dog will beeline like
Oh,
nothing after anything right now. So like, I mean,
Okay.
he pulls on his leash to the point of like trying to rip his own head off
well,
because he will chase
I mean
squirrels are his nemesis
that.
and ducks.
Yeah,
Well,
that sounds about right.
that is definitely that like Alaskan heritage in that dog. Like
Yeah,
the
it's actually a Great Pyrenees. I
oh, a Great
now
Pyrenees.
remember it. So it's a Great
Oh.
Pyrenees and Lab mix. So
That
that's
is
where
such a
the
weird mix.
it is. And he's the
Yeah.
weird thing
But
is
he's a handsome boy.
He
well,
is.
he's smaller than either of those breeds,
He
and
is.
they
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
it's interesting. But but he's not to complain. We can't complain too much because he is awfully adorable, and it's fun getting out there with him and show into the world and as our child.
That's
Um,
nice.
it is, yeah,
That's nice.
The wonderful world of dog parenting. I love
yes,
it.
yes. No, we're getting there. He's getting there.
Yeah.
We're gonna grow as a family.
It's a journey.
It is a journey.
It's
It is
a
a journey.
journey.
It is a journey.
I
I
mean,
will.
I can't.
I,
I've seen Kathy's photo book, so imagine one that's like fucking 3 inches wide at the end of the year.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing. I think you guys should get glamour shots taken,
oh, that's a
actually,
great
with,
idea.
like,
Just
lasers in the background,
I wonder
go
if
for it.
somebody does not do that. Somebody needs to do that.
Okay,
Somebody might be me.
as
Uh,
someone who has been on many dog photo shoots, embarrassingly, I can tell you that I can tell you that the dogs do not cooperate very well. So like
I could see that. Yeah,
yeah, because they're a little jacked up
Oh, I'm
and a little
dying.
concerned and a little whatever.
that's
I
true.
mean,
Yeah,
I have pictures of our dogs, hanging out at like the beach, and then hanging out with Santa and I mean, and, and I'm always pulled in to be like, okay, I just need you to keep Cleo, calm down, or like whatever,
Yeah.
like or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it never worked. I mean, it never. I mean, they're good most of the time, but it's like how like you take a picture, like if you remember going to Sears when you're a kid or
Oh
J.C.
yeah,
Penney's or whatever,
Yes.
and they would be like,
Needed it.
and they'd be like, look at the birdie, look at the birdie. That is, imagine that times 10 because they're dogs. All right, like so, like
yeah,
you can bribe them with toy anyway.
Woof. Pun
yeah.
Anyway,
intended.
Well, our
Yeah,
parents
no
parents
thanks.
used to say like, "Oh, we've got a surprise after church." We're thinking we're going to Sizzler. Nope,
That's just mean.
we're
That
going to
is mean.
Sears. We're going to
Yeah.
Sears to have our family portrait taken to document this.
Hey, you know what? That's
I
you'll
miss
appreciate.
those days.
Yeah,
I do miss those days. Yeah.
I
Do they still do the family?
they
Well,
they
obviously they don't do them at Sears anymore. But
Nah, Sears doesn't exist, I'm
you
pretty
know
sure,
yeah,
right?
what,
Yeah.
that would be a good thing for the next time the three of us there. We'll research a place that does that because they still do that. And famously, Red Hot Chili Peppers actually did a band photo at
did they really?
yeah at Sears.
No
It was like
way.
yeah, so that would be a fun thing
Fantastic.
to do.
It
Like
would
for us
be.
to go
We
and
We
should
could come
do
up with it. We
that
could come up with a
for our
story. We
website.
could come up with a story too. Like I don't know,
we're
we're
traveling
cousins.
gypsies.
That well, I don't think they're gonna believe we're gypsies.
I don't
Uh,
know. Look at your guys' hair. You're very stylish. I mean,
well,
they
that's
might
fair.
think
It
that.
might be. Are gypsies stylish? I just thought they were thieves.
I,
I did too.
no,
Dirty scoundrels.
I am descended from gypsies, and the problem they have, I'm
I did
Bohemian.
not
Are
know
you
this.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm from the Boras, and here's a fun
Interesting.
little stupid fact about the Boras.
Tell us more.
The Boras were Bohemian royalty, which is a real problem if you don't have a country. So, like eventually you're not going to be able to
Yeah.
stay anywhere.
Yeah.
But my ancestor married Martin Luther, the guy with the cuck 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 on the church.
What?
I know, isn't that weird? Anyway, I have actual proof of this.
I have never heard this. Smith, have
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
heard this?
No, I'm
No,
not.
you've just heard that
Wow.
I'm related to Chet Hanks, but this is true. This is true. This is a real
Which is
thing.
pretty great too.
It's
I
pretty
mean,
great.
this is a close second, actually, I would say.
It is pretty good. Uh,
but yeah, so like yeah, the Boers were yeah, so they go way way back, and yeah, and they were royalty, so they married all these important people, but they didn't have their own country because they were gypsies, so they would travel around and whatever, and they do have a kind of a bad reputation because they didn't have any place to live, so they would just go to. They called him what did they call him on Antiques Roadshow, the UK version? They called him. They call what did they call him? They called him. They called him. What was it? It was
that's
so
right there.
funny. It was
Gotcha.
uh something like meadow people.
Sounds like, oh, okay.
Like they called them meadow people because they didn't have a place to stay, so they would just
Meadow
travel around.
people?
Yeah, like even the gypsies.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. You don't care. Uh,
But we
I
do.
do care,
I do
actually.
care.
I want
Yeah.
to know how you found this information out. Years of research, 23andMe.
well,
You
it's
met somebody at Antiques Roadshow and they were like, hey,
Did you know? No, it actually was discovered by my cousin. My family is really into this genealogy thing.
I feel
Real
like all families are. Like, there's somebody in your family that is very much into
Very
it.
much into
I
it,
I
and
just don't talk to that person in mine.
but I am too. But it's so much work, and so like
It is. Yes. Yes.
and
Agree.
so like mom and I did it when I was in third grade, and we traced it back. I'm pretty to like royalty in uh, Norway, Norwegian royalty. But
Oh, that's cool.
what I didn't really understand at the time was the problem. Probably we were related to them because of the gypsies. Uh, uh,
Mm,
you
Okay.
know what I mean? Like, because we're not Norwegian. I mean, we're not. But like but anyway, like so, I think that's how it all worked out. Um, but yeah, it is. I mean, I do think it's interesting. But it's a I don't know. Anyway, so like my mom's really into it. I'm into it, but my mom's sisters, one of her sisters especially, she's had this thing in her head that we are at least 1/24th uh, Native American.
Oh,
She really wants to be Native American, right?
okay.
That's the deal, right?
Uh-huh.
And and in
Don't we all? Don't we all?
I love Lana, but I'm just gonna say the reason she wanted to be is because she could go to school for free. Her kids could go to school for free. It was a cash grab, right?
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna
for
say
a
that, but
24th
that's
percent, or for 1/24th, you get stuff.
Yeah, like that's there's a number. So basically,
Wow.
basically, she did so much research. She actually started to work with the local tribes in Oklahoma. I mean, she's obviously into it, but a lot of it was cash grab. Definitely. Like you get free benefits, blah blah blah, from the government, all that stuff.
sure. Yeah.
And there's just no way. I mean, like basically, like there's a legend in the family that we were married. One of our great 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 grandfathers was married to a Sioux woman or something like that. But in all likelihood, she just kind of fucked him probably and lived with his wife, or whatever. But there were no kids, Like, I mean, I don't know. But there is no. And I was because of my research history and debate. They would tap me on the shoulder all the time to go through microfiche, and we went to
Ah.
Matt can understand this. We went to Wasilla in Seattle
Oh
because
wow.
and I went to the library there, and I went through their local microfiche and microfilm, and like I was able to track down some stuff, but nothing that proved that we were 1/64th or 1/24th or whatever Native American. So I'll have to look it up. It is a surprisingly small amount that you have to be
That's
to
interesting.
get those benefits.
Because we were
That's
always kind of
amazing.
the
Yeah.
same. This must just been a theme with like central Kansas families. It's just like oh, we're diverse. There's probably an Indian in there somewhere because like we didn't like we thought we were partially Indian too. There was nothing once the DNA tests finally
Yeah,
came in.
right.
No, no,
Nothing, right?
no, there's
Yeah.
nothing. Absolutely nothing. So
Well, it's and like like it's funny how like you rewrite this stuff. There's a picture in my parents' basement of this black girl, and she was absolutely a slave. She was actually mentioned in the will, but they were like,
Whoa.
she was a black girl that came to live with us, and they took care of her, and it's just like this weird like narrative, that gets passed down because
The
everybody's like,
story changed quite a bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
now to be fair, it was completely legal at that time to have slaves, or whatever,
Right,
but
right,
Well,
like,
sure. Yeah.
but I mean, it's just this weird thing that like everything softens the older you get, and then also heightens because you want something to be true, right?
that is very
Sure.
true.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's just whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so I bought some software to help my mom rustle out the rest of this family tree because I scanned 20,000 pictures, um, from starting in around
Yes. Didn't know
1820.
about that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
1820 up until now. Anyway, it's funny. I actually went through something the other day because when I was recovering from surgery. Um, she saved all this stuff from when I was a kid, like so pictures and drawings and things like that. Not pictures, sorry, shit that I made in grade school, right? And she saved. Do you guys remember this? She saved I think she saved every one of the conservation poster uh, uh, thing that I did. Did you guys do that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Conservation Week.
Maybe. Oh, possibly. Yeah.
It was
I
this
feel
thing that
like we did something like
you
that
you had to like make
at
a
Wilson
poster.
Elementary.
You had to make a poster that promoted conservation in Kansas, and you draw it and you color it, and then they'd put it into a contest. And if you won the school contest, they would send it to the state. And then,
I do remember that.
do you remember
Yeah,
that?
I
Yeah.
do. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a long
Definitely did
time.
something like that.
I I have all of them. It's hilarious. Like, and
Holy shit, Tice.
some of them are so funny. It's like I literally just stopped giving a shit at some point, and it like made just a pun. Like I was like, and they have little stickers on them. It's like second place. Anyway, I digress. Uh, I was going to talk about the cataract thing. Do you guys want to hear my story about that? Or do you,
Always. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's
I
going
just want to
on?
tell you how I found out.
You don't have to ask permission. Just launch into it.
So I've talked a lot this week. Sorry. Anyway,
It
sorry
is called
everybody.
Jabberjaw.
Uh,
Someone's got a jabber.
by the way, so a lot of people don't know this, but Jabberjaw is not just a cartoon character. It was also a coffee shop in Los Angeles, and I found out a week ago or so. I was doing some research that Jabberjaw actually released their own series of vinyl records of live performances from there.
What?
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
You need to
That is
get one of
interesting.
those.
There's
Yes.
no fucking way I can afford it.
Uh,
Well, first off, the thing is, there are none available. There's none for sale, at least I can find. But I will. I
okay.
marked them down. So if one pops up, and if it's not
I bet it'll pop up on
600
eBay or
bucks,
some shit at some point.
it'd be
Yeah.
kind of interesting. Anyway, so
Hey, that's still cheaper than the Al's Chickenette sign.
yeah, you're right.
Just
That's
saying.
true.
Yeah.
That is still on the list. So
I like that it took you back to that. Yeah. Yeah. I got to get that.
yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Back.
Where are you gonna hang it? You can't hang it. You have to mount it. Anyway, whatever. Conversation I had previously in my life. Anyway, so I just had sinus surgery. You guys know that.
Yep.
And then I also am doing Invisalign right now, which maybe you know, maybe you don't know. Anyway, you guys know, but listeners.
We
Anyway,
know. I don't think the listeners know.
yeah,
Tyson's got a lot going on with his head right now.
he really does. And so I I went to get my annual eye exam on Saturday, and the lady, the lady optometrist, let's be honest, so
Dr. Lady.
Doctor Lady, she's a fine optometrist, and she goes,
Like
so
halfway to a song right there, Tyson. You gotta
That
run with
is
that.
definitely a song. Her trophy wife coming soon.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
excited. Yeah.
so the thing is, I have terrible eyesight. I'm sure I've talked about it before, but I mean, so basically what happens is my lenses for each pair of glasses cost about $1,200. So it costs $2,400 to get my sunglasses and these fixed. So I try to space it out as long as possible. But the most I can go is 2 years because my
Yeah.
eyes keep changing. And so I'm in So I get my eye exam. Very excited because this means it's been 2 years. I've been having problems reading. Blah blah blah. I'm just excited. And then so she starts doing my left eye, and she's like, yeah, she's like, can you read any of that? I'm like, yeah, no. And she's like, yeah, how about this? I'm like, no. She's like, how about this? No. So we do that for a while, and then,
Uh-huh.
then she goes. So here's the deal. Remember when I told you last time you were here that you were starting to get a cataract? And I go, no. She goes, well, yeah, we talked about it because you were. And I go, I don't remember that honestly. And she goes, she goes, so she goes. Well, the thing is, it's real big now. And
Shit.
she's like, so your left eye in those glasses is 20/80, and your right eye is 20/40. And she's like, the most we can do with glasses at this point is 20/50. And she's like, this is what it looks like. Can you read any of that? And I go, no, I cannot. So, so I'm not laughing the whole time. I'm a little shell shocked, to be honest with you. And so, so she goes, so she goes, you're gonna have to go in and you have to get surgery, and they're gonna fix it and whatever. And she's like, what they'll do is they'll fix both eyes, and you'll have 20/20 vision, and it'll be great. Like she's like, you won't need glasses, blah blah. He said, oh, well, okay. And then I go, so like, when do people normally get cataracts? Like, what age is that exactly? And she's like 70, 70s. And I was like, I was like, wow, really? And she's like, yeah.
One of
So
the lucky ones. Yeah.
as
Yeah.
I said, fire sale. Everything's going. So eyeballs, teeth, sinuses. I'm gonna get hair transplants before the end of the year if I can figure out a way to make the insurance pay for it. I don't know what. Who knows what else I'm gonna do. I might get my. I might get one of those shin implants if I can figure out a way
Hey,
to
I
make.
say just go for it,
Yeah.
Why not?
Well,
Yeah.
at this point, and again, like I'm such a cheap bastard, but I was like, well, we met our deductible on the sinuses, so let's fucking roll it in, let's do whatever. So, so anyway, so luckily because the snow's coming and people in their 70s shouldn't drive when it's snowy outside, I'm actually getting in tomorrow to see the the
Oh,
cataract surgeons or whatever
oh,
it is.
good.
So yeah,
That's
so
good.
it'll be fun. To be honest with you, I haven't had 20/20 vision since I was 8. I figured it out.
Since you
So
were 8?
yeah,
Really?
so like a whole, it's gonna be neat, and I'm actually gonna ask them if they can give me 20/10 since they're going in. Let's just fucking do it,
Wait,
right?
so it
Yeah, why
actually
not?
corrects your normal vision too? Like,
Yeah, no. So what they'll do is because of the reason I can't wear contacts is because I have such a fucked up astigmatism, right? So
okay,
that means the
Yeah.
shape of your eyeballs are all just jacked up.
okay.
So when I was trying to wear contacts when I was in grade school, the only ones that would work were glasses. And I
Oh
don't know if you've
yeah.
ever tried
Oh,
to
those
wear
are
glass
awful.
contacts. It's not a good
Awful.
time.
The gas permeable.
Yeah,
Oh god.
it was awful.
Worst. Worst. Yeah, you're literally putting a shard of glass into your eye, and it's awful. Anyway,
And if it takes off the pupil and gets up in the top of your head, it is just
Oh
literally the worst.
god.
yep.
So that experiment failed miserably. Um,
Mm.
but um, but anyway, like so I was so what they'll do is they'll laser down, I assume something. They'll get the cataract out of there, and then they'll replace my lenses with artificial lenses. So I'll have 20/20 vision for the rest of my life.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Cool.
So the eyes won't change anymore. The lenses will stay the same, and it'll just.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's
Wow,
kind.
so no
Oh, that is kind of
glasses,
cool.
Tice.
Yeah.
Glasses are kind of your thing though.
They are kind of my thing. So I don't know what I'm
What
gonna
are you
do.
gonna do? You gonna pop those things out and just wear the frames?
No,
Okay.
but I think I probably will get plastic or glass frames. Um, because I like wearing glasses. It's kind of the thing. I've never, like I was
You've been
telling,
grandfathered in, so to speak, to
Yeah,
wear
basically,
you
I
really
was
have.
glasses.
telling,
Yeah.
I was telling Beth, I've never seen myself in a mirror unless I've been within 6 inches without glasses. I've never seen my reflection without
Holy
glasses.
shit.
Right.
So
That's
I mean,
wild.
since
Yeah.
I was 8 or 9, right? So yeah, so like, I think I'll just get these in, and I have a couple. You know what the weird thing is that I've never been able to do, which just to me sounds like super fun, is to buy a 4 pair of shitball sunglasses at 7-Eleven just to see what they look like on me.
Just
You know what I mean? Because I've never been able
You
to do that.
can. You'll be able to do
You
that.
will.
Yeah.
No,
You
I know.
will.
I also will be able to scuba dive or snorkel and actually see stuff.
You can also join the Air Force.
That's true.
There you
No,
go.
let's not do that
I
though.
vote for that.
I should do
No?
that.
Okay.
No, yeah, but you could.
So
Yeah, maybe not.
I had a feeling I was going to talk about this, so I made a call to my sister and my mom yesterday, so they wouldn't find out from listening to the podcast.
Smart
No,
man.
that was
Smart
nice.
man.
That was nice. Well,
Anyway,
Someone's learned from his mistakes.
someone has. That is
Yes.
absolutely correct.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, Bionic Man. I could just get all this taken care of. I've turned 50 this year, and so I could
it's time to do it.
just get it all done.
Yeah,
You know?
Heck yeah.
absolutely.
Although I am, well, no, I'm not. I'm not worried about that. And if it happens, it'll be a whole new thing for the next episode. So we'll talk about that later.
Stay tuned, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
That is
absolutely.
absolutely correct. Uh,
Yeah.
What's Tyson doing to himself next? We'll see.
his teeth are caving in. Why? Oh, it's all Invisalign.
Oh, Invisalign. Do you guys want to do some headlines? Perhaps?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Of the past 2 weeks. Da, 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 da.
So
Da,
this
da,
is
da, da.
this is legit embarrassing, but I have really been avoiding the news. Even I
I
can't.
don't think that's embarrassing. I think that's like self-preservation.
It's it's a nice thing to do for yourself. But I was wondering. So this isn't even a headline. I'm just going to tell you the story because it made me laugh out loud first thing in the morning, and that doesn't always happen. Um, so I was watching an NBC News thing,
Uh-huh.
and it was talking about the tariffs that they've imposed on Canada for aluminum and steel or whatever.
Yes.
And so they sent they sent a reporter up to Canada to go to a grocery store. And she was in the grocery store and she found the oldest woman alive in Canada and she interviewed her. And
Uh-huh.
she's like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm only buying Canadian goods today. She's like, so I am going to the produce that is from Canada. I'm going to the stuff that is from Canada. She's like, we have been good neighbors since we have existed, and we do not deserve to be treated this way. And I
Aw.
was like, you know what?
Amen.
Yeah, amen. And so,
Yeah.
so, and then they show some little B-roll of, like the little Canadian thing where you're like, this is a Canadian product. And then the woman who interviewed her interviews the store manager, and this is like just a grocery store, right?
Sure.
It's a nice looking one, but it's a grocery store.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, how are the customers treating you, or what is going on in there? And he's like, oh no, they are actively trying to make sure that they come to me to find out which stuff is in Canada, is from
Nice.
Canada, because they don't want to buy anything from the United States. And she's like, they're asking you. And he goes, I hope I get this right. He goes, they're not asking, they're demanding, and Canadians do not do that. And I fucking lost my shit. I was like,
Oh, that's funny.
yeah. So
That is funny.
it is funny. And then later in the story, the guy's like, she found somebody on the street, and this guy didn't obviously what he. And they're like, well, what do you think's going to happen with the tariffs? And he's like, well, it'll probably get better in 4 years. It's like, no, so I don't know. They're demanding, and that is something Canadians do not do. No, so.
They're gonna be the fussiest 51st state, aren't they?
Oh my
They
God.
really
They're
are.
gonna be
Problem child. Yeah.
real fussy, real
Yep.
fussy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Did you see?
Can't wait.
The other thing I saw today that just bugged the shit out of me is that Google Maps put uh, Gulf of America on,
Oh, yes.
and
Did
Yep.
see that.
also took down Black History Month from their calendar.
Oh my god.
Fucking morons.
Those broligarchs are really starting to piss me off.
Yes, they are. Yes,
Yep.
they are.
It is
And, you know what? Fuck you, Google, because I can get by without you. There's a lot of ways to. So
There
There are.
is.
Although, just a heads up, DuckDuckGo is actually hosted on Amazon servers. So,
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
isn't that
I
sad?
didn't know that.
It is
Yeah.
kind of
Fuck.
sad. Yeah.
Damn
Well,
it.
unfortunately, yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
most depressing thing I heard last year. I was like, really?
that is kind of depressing.
Well, not the most depressing thing, I should say. Anyway,
There's some other
There
stuff.
were
there were some other things.
a few candidates last year. Mm.
And one more thing. And
Oh,
one more thing that I saw. Did you see what happened in Sri Lanka? They had a nationwide power outage. Did you see this?
No, I did not see that.
no, uh-uh.
They had a nationwide power outage. It turns out a monkey got into a power station and shut the entire country down somehow. You
That's amazing.
somehow,
The
and they had
entire
all this.
country of
And
Sri
again, they
Lanka.
had all. I love this word. I haven't used it in forever. They had a lot of B-roll of monkeys on power lines, and they're like, this isn't the actual footage of the monkey. By the way, everybody. This is like, but apparently, I mean, Sri Lanka is not small, right? I mean, so I was just like, what a colossal fuck up this monkey
Yeah,
It
did.
seems like a design flaw, maybe like
You're
a
probably,
single point of
possibly.
probably right.
monkey
Yeah.
failure. It seems like
I mean, there's a lot of nomadic people that live in Sri Lanka. I know that. So maybe they don't probably all have electricity, but still,
I mean, they might have just blamed the monkey. I could see him doing that
I could
too.
see that happening.
Yeah,
it's
That
yeah.
seems more
like a
realistic.
COVID
Some
situation.
some
Okay.
upper
Uh-huh.
level executive made some, yeah, blame the monkey. Yeah, how you doing, Sri
Fucking
Lanka?
monkeys.
It's a fucking
Fucking monkey.
what is it? Was it Peter Cetera? Is that no? That was the guy from Chicago. Peter Gabriel.
Oh,
Blame the
shock the
monkey.
monkey.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
shock
Yes,
the monkey.
yes.
Yes.
Wow. Good call.
Anyway, it's all coming together, people. Uh, all right,
So many parallels.
that's it for
Smith?
me.
I actually have several headlines, but they're all pretty quick. We're just going to
Good.
go.
We
Not,
need
not
we
a
need
lot of
headlines.
content. Yeah.
Yes.
One factoid, though, I was doing a little research, Tyson. And interestingly enough, those Jabberjaw, it looks like they were released 4 7-inches and then 2 maybe EPs. But interesting, they were on Mammoth Records, which was
Oh,
where
nice.
Kill Creek's first
That's right. Yeah.
record was on. So it's like interesting coincidence. That's information that only you will appreciate, and I'm glad that I took everyone's time. That's what you
I
mean
love
to
it.
me.
Should we
Thank you.
tell? Should we
I
tell them?
appreciate you guys giving me the chance to take a 5-second nap right there.
Should we
With
talk
my
about?
eyes open.
Should we talk about Kill Creek's amazing promotional
See,
postcards?
oh yeah, what were their promotional cards? I don't know if I knew these.
I got them because I had my little high school thing. So Mammoth used to send me CDs, and they sent. So by the way, Kill Creek is from Lawrence. So it's like they were like the first Lawrence band that got signed out of that group of Paw and Frog Pond and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway, but Kill Creek was on Merge, and I get this postcard and it just says, "Looking for new bass player." Written like, and on the back it said Kill Creek coming out, blah blah. And then I got another one 2 days later. It said, "Looking for a new guitar player. Bassist needs a change." And then and then like and then another one, and they did 4 of those in a row
oh
that were just
wow,
basically having an argument with these 2 guys. Anyway, that's not a great story. Go ahead, man.
that's all right. If you haven't listened to Kill Creek, check them out. They're up on Spotify.
Especially their
I
first
bought
record.
I bought the EP on tape, The Love Garden, and it was
That
fantastic.
was
One
a
of my favorite albums
Oh,
of all time.
fruit pie. Mm.
Yes, it was Fruit Pie. And then
Right.
the St. Valentine's Garage,
damn.
I think, was the full length. Is that
Yep,
correct?
that's right. Yep.
Great band.
Great
Really,
band.
really, really good band.
If
Uh,
there's ever an obscure Jeopardy night, you guys are on my team. Just saying.
if we're an obscure Lawrence, Kansas Jeopardy night, we're going to be all over that.
It's
All
going down.
right, now for actual headlines. It's got lots of local stuff. My lord, we are
Oh, yes.
not on
Good.
our
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
But
yeah. Goody.
I do like when I just have to look for local news for
Fantastic.
worldwide absurdity. This comes from Indianapolis. Woman arrested for stealing Krispy Kreme truck, leading police on chase. So,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Amber Fitzpatrick, 32 years old, stole a Krispy Kreme truck.
Didn't that
And
happen last
proceeds
year
to follow it.
too?
It did. It happened in maybe like a different, like New Zealand or something. Like I think, like it happened in a different country. Anyway, it's all coming back around. So even the
The
the meth
zeitgeist.
heads of Indianapolis, Indiana, think they can pull it off. And yeah,
Let's try this again.
yeah. So anyway, I mean, I get it, but
Well, what are you going to do? Eat all of them? I mean,
what are you going to do with the whole?
just take the catalytic converter and just fucking cut your losses. That's
Exactly right. Probably pretty big on a donut truck. You
It
have to
probably
imagine.
is.
It's like
Oh,
worth
yeah.
like $3,000 on a
We
normal
need some
size
help
car.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, donut truck cat. God only knows what kind of money you're talking about. It's furnace money. This comes from Wish TV, also in Indianapolis. Blind man gets license to carry permit to make a point about Indiana gun laws. So
Nice.
Wow,
Terry
that's great.
Sutherland, who was actually been blinded since he was a child, actually did applied and received a concealed carry permit in the state of Indiana, and he did it to make a point. And good on you, sir, because
Yeah, agreed.
I really enjoyed that story. So
Yeah, that's a
That's
good one.
that is
It's a
good.
keeper.
let's see what else. Missing Oklahoma teen slept in toilet paper fort inside Walmart for days before returning home. So where did this happen at?
Oklahoma?
Oh yeah, Oklahoma.
Oh, that's a
Literally in the
contender for
title.
headline of the
Literally
year.
in the
That's
title.
great.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, apparently he just camped out, built himself a fort, was not noticed somehow, and just lived in Walmart, which that wouldn't be so bad, living in a Walmart.
That's not too bad.
I'd
That's
rather
so
live
funny.
in a Target, but
He built the fort himself. So it wasn't like it was a. So somebody came in the next day and was like, "Oh, look, they did this whole
There's a new
display thing."
display.
well,
Yeah.
I think that sounds like he put up the display and somebody just thought it was
Holy
intentionally
shit.
there, and he just lived
Did he get in
inside.
trouble? Like, what were the
Let's see
ramifications of
here.
this?
It says he was a runaway teen. He sustained minor injuries, according to Morris. He may have
Minor
had a
injuries.
minor case of frostbite on his toes. I'm
Oh no!
Oh, that's
not
not
exactly
good.
sure what that. It sounds like he may have sustained those injuries prior to
Prior to
camping out.
the
Yeah, possibly.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, he got into an argument with his grandparents. Blah blah
fuck
blah.
you, Granny. I'm
Locked
going to
him
the
out. Oh
Walmart.
yeah, they locked him out. Yeah, his neighbors came forward. Grandparents had locked the teen
His grandparents knew
outside.
he was there. They were last like, ah, fuck it.
Locked him out.
See how long he survives.
Nice looking kid. I don't know what the
They
deal
locked him
was.
out of their house, and so he was like,
So his toe
Where's the
froze and he
happiest place
sought
on earth?"
refuge in Walmart. What was the
Well,
happiest?
there's McDonald's or Walmart.
Well, they have all those smiley faces all over Walmart. So I know it's probably been a minute since you guys been in an actual Walmart, but they do have
It
those
has
big
been a
smiley
minute. I
men.
don't like Walmart. I have a
It,
problem with
it's
it.
what are the circumstances in which I have to go to Walmart? I know they exist, but they're
I had
far.
to. Well, last time I was in a Walmart, I had to buy a negate or a wedding ring. So like that's the last time I was in a Walmart. And that is not a joke. Uh,
I go to the
That's a
Hayes,
fun fact.
I go to the Hayes, Kansas Walmart because it is the center of all commerce.
that's right. What else are you
It
gonna do?
really is.
Have
Yeah,
to go to Walmart.
exactly.
So I get that.
One of the spots. Yeah.
Uh, this is unfortunately not the only article we have about this gentleman for
Oh
you
no!
tonight. But Kid Rock cuts Nashville performance short, storms off stage after audience won't clap. So, Kid Rock lost his cool.
I did see that.
And then they wouldn't allow, and then
Well, they didn't clap because what? He finished the song or something, or
because
maybe he said something like Donald Trump is the God and
So
Messiah.
here's a summation of the incident. Singer and rapper Kid Rock stormed off stage. Singer and rapper Kid Rock.
Singer and rapper.
Singer
Great.
and rapper.
Great distinction.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they struggled for hours on which to put first
That's
because
true.
neither one should be put first.
That's true.
Stormed off stage of Nashville performance this weekend, cutting his show short when the audience didn't clap along. On Saturday night, the all summer long
Oh.
artist appeared as a special guest on a birthday party for David Brian Bon Jovi's keyboard player at Bon Jovi's Nashville
Whoa.
bar. So Bon Jovi apparently has a bar in Nashville. Kid Rock came on stage for a cover of Proud Mary by Creedence Clearwater Revival, alongside a band that included Brian himself, but stopped the song halfway through the lack of audience participation.
Wow.
Fuck them, he said. Hey, stop. If you ain't going to clap, we ain't going to sing. That's how it's going to go. So that's why they call it our audience participation, and that it's elective. You don't get to force them to clap. That takes all the fun out of it. I know in Donald Trump's America, he's not real comfortable with that, but he's going to get used
No.
to it. So, Kid
Oh, wait
Rock
a-
started
all
clapping
right.
his hands,
All I
showing
can-
the audience he wanted them to participate, and then he got mad and walked off stage. So
All I can think of is
It fits.
fucking Coming to America is like sexual chocolate, sexual chocolate. That's all I can think of.
It's pretty good.
This one, just because this guy has just been an ever-present ass this year and will continue to be. It's official. The Cybertruck is more explosive than the Ford Pinto. This comes from Fuel Arc. They did some analysis, and it's 17 times more likely to have a fire fatality
Holy
than a
shit.
Ford Pinto.
Wow.
If you're too young to remember or just forgot, the Ford Pinto famously had its gas tank, I think, in the rear.
That's
And
right.
so if
That's
somebody rear-ended you, your car blew up.
would blow up.
It would blow up. So,
I
yeah.
when my when best daughter here, my daughter-in-law, she was daughter-in-law. I don't know what it is. Anyway, she lives in Seattle, and she was telling me that there was a Cybertruck that stopped working, and it was just on the side of the road. And she said that people would come and take pictures with it as the failed Cybertruck. Became like a destination until somebody
Oh,
finally
that's
towed it
good.
away. I was like,
That's really good.
that's awesome.
I mean, that is how that is how hated Elon can create an object that is hated. Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
But like people
Yeah.
can pass personality onto a car
That's
and
true.
hate it with such passion. I get it. That is power. That is dislike. Florida attorney accused of striking. This headline has way too much going on, so follow me. Florida attorney
Okay.
accused of striking a man with
Okay.
a dinner plate after dispute over buffet line etiquette. Originally, this headline said
Fantastic.
Florida attorney accused of striking thinner man, which I'm not sure why that mattered, but an interesting update to that since I've bookmarked that. Something is going on there.
Thinner man.
He looks like Mr. Peanut
Thinner
if you
man.
want to Google this. Yeah, Mark Rohr was at a dispute at a Boca Logo Country Club. Apparently, there was a buffet dispute. That happens in
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, it does.
I think
Sure.
I think I've actually been to that place. That's weird. Anyway, go ahead.
You may have.
I mean,
Going back to our good friend Canada, Quebec officials asked public not to boo American Pee Wee hockey players. So they really don't like us right now. They're screaming at children. Great. Let's see what else. Um, this one from the Memphis is from 10 Play in Memphis. Zoo offers to send video of elephant pooing to your ex for Valentine's Day. So for $10, you
Oh,
can donate to the zoo, and they will
so
send your
thoughtful.
it. It really is kind of thoughtful.
Yeah.
actually, it's kind of a cameo idea. They could do a whole thing with it if they wanted to.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, hey, if Matt Gates can do it, I'm sure a shitting elephant can do it.
How is that guy doing? What is he up to?
He's got a new show on Newsmax. I don't watch as much as I used to, so I haven't caught it. But I'm sure it's great.
Okay.
Just a constant state of lying to his wife.
Excellent. Great. Good on you, Matt.
And we'll do one more, just because it's been a while since we've talked about this guy, but he thrust us right back into his life.
He did.
Kanye West says, "I love Hitler," accuses Elon Musk
Excellent.
of stealing his Nazi swag, which he really did.
Wow.
An explosive social
that's
media
true.
rant. So Kanye just went full Nazi again. Like, how does that happen? I thought going full Nazi once was enough, and yet somehow he just keeps coming back. Like poor Mel Gibson, he only did it like once, and like
Right.
he paid the price for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Kanye,
Do that Beaver movie.
Oh shoot, what is going on here? So he posted a bunch of crazy shit on X. He started listing t-shirts on his website that just had a swastika on them. So we're really just not playing around
I think
anymore.
they took that site down, right? They did. Yeah.
So
okay.
his ISP took the site down. His swipe, I think he was having to do his sales. They discontinued, and I saw this afternoon that his manager fired him. So
oh wow. Okay.
But the thing is, if you're going to go on like
doing well.
Yeah. I mean,
yes,
if you're going to go on an unhinged rant, then that doesn't make a lot of sense if you got all this merch ready to sell. Like it just seems weird.
Yeah.
But I bet he sold a lot of it. As much as I hate to say that, I bet he made a lot of money.
I was thinking the same thing.
I bet he made a lot of money.
Yep. I think he probably did. And that makes me want to puke a lot, but
yeah. I mean, like 40% of millennial or Generation Z don't believe the Holocaust happened. It's kind of nuts. Like kids are kind of crazy anyway. So not actually like that's actually kind of a close figure. Not accurate, but it's close.
It's close. It's close enough.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Yes, it's too close. Anyway, that's all I got.
That's a good segue into one of my headlines this week. This is from The Guardian. Kanye West announces he's been diagnosed with autism.
Oh, I saw that too.
Not bipolar anymore, autistic. So
How would he even?
thank
How would
thank his
he?
wife for that.
I mean, yeah. My question is, how would he even be able to sit through an evaluation? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
maybe,
sit still
yeah. I mean,
long
maybe,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, because it's like that fish dicks thing, like from South Park. It's like, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, obviously he's autistic. Obviously,
The wonderful world of Kanye. Yeah.
Yes.
Did he get kicked out of the Grammys too?
Yeah, they just showed up, and his
That
wife wore that
was
naked dress.
totally
He
naked
just
yeah.
showed
on
up
the red
completely
carpet.
naked.
Yeah.
I was impressed with that. I was like, what deal did she sign? Like, like what was going on?
I
What
mean,
prenup is involved with this? Like, but whatever.
I don't know, but that's one of those blink twice if you need help situations. So,
it
girl,
really. Oh my
I
god.
don't know what's going on. Lobotomy happened,
I
obviously,
mean, I
but
think the problem is when all you can do is blink, it makes communication tough. So I think
yes.
she's a
That is
little
true.
rough. Yeah.
That
So
is
anyway,
true.
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He
But
does, he does he does have a type though. I mean, every girl he
he
dates.
totally has a type. He
Uh,
definitely has a type.
He
Yes.
does.
And his type is basically Kim
and the
Kardashian.
Kardashian.
Yes, yes, or as
A
close of a
little
clone,
whiter.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
close of a
Yeah.
clone that his crazy ass can get.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just as close. Yeah.
yeah,
This will get her. This one will get her. Yeah. Keep going, Kanye.
exactly.
Uh right off a cliff, you
Yeah,
fucking fool.
precisely.
Um all right, so this is kind of an oldie but a goodie. Woman faces 12-month sentence for for cyber farting in bizarre case. I know I sent this to you guys
You
a
did.
while ago.
I'm
Strange.
anxious to hear
Uh
more about it. Yeah.
Yeah, me
yes,
too.
but this is from Unilad. So basically she sent a bunch of videos of her farting to her partner's ex. So many that her partner's ex basically sued her. So now she got like 12 months of community service and had to pay like $300.
Wow.
Wow.
This is in.
What did
Yeah.
this happen at?
This
Sounds
happened
like
in the
England.
UK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
that
Yeah.
sounds English. Very English.
25-year-old. Yes, very English.
Yeah,
She had no idea that she could get in trouble,
the most
like that amount of trouble
like that is
for
like
that. Because
for
it's
the
harassment. I mean,
it
she
is.
sent a lot of fart videos. Yeah.
That is kind of like the most profane thing you could think of as an English person. A proper English
Yeah.
is like,
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
uh,
Yeah. I
What a
agree.
weird. I don't. Yeah, that's weird. I don't because it's kind of. I don't know. That's must be
It's
like.
a very strange thing to have
I think
happened,
you're right,
but
Tyson. I just need to think think British, and that all kind of helps
it's
that
me.
British. That's all
that's
you can
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Like, she was British. It's a British thing.
Men-
Okay.
mental illness has no borders. You know how it goes.
No, no, exactly. It's like right up there. So, yeah, you do you, girl.
A little
That's
bit.
right.
Uh, and then last, but definitely not least, well, it's pretty least actually. Lauren Boebert and Kid Rock spotted getting in a cab at 2:30 a.m. after the inaugural partay for the Great Orange Leader. So to be continued. Nobody
Yeah.
knows if they hooked up officially or if they just compared notes, as the article says in the Daily Beast. But
Fair
we
note.
will find out.
Now, I
What a
will
fucking.
say his little rage incident. I think timeline wise took place after the Low and Burp. So I wonder if something
Oh, maybe
didn't
something
go so
happened.
well. Maybe it wasn't the romance and hell that like we all imagine it to be, and forbade any offspring from ever happening. I don't
Do you
know.
think perhaps she gave him a little STD parting
I
gift?
don't know.
Perhaps?
I mean, I
Um.
think we can
Maybe?
say that allegedly. That she might
Yeah.
have. Yeah,
Allegedly. Yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
A little. I don't know. I think they.
I do like this article because it talks about how people were, commenting on how she was looking at him and how they were dancing together and hanging out. And I just think that whole thing is hilarious. I mean, the mental images that I had were I'm going to make some
I,
AI masterwork for our show
She's
this
probably been
week.
in love with Kid Rock for years.
she
I mean, it
probably
seems
has.
like
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
right up her
Oh
alley.
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I'm sure the star fucker in her is just. I mean,
Yeah.
wow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would.
That's a to be continued. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
is.
I just
Yeah.
want. They the article said they compared notes. I mean, it's like what a meeting of the minds, right? Like it's like the salons of the 1860s in England and France. Like
Yeah.
fucking geniuses.
On a
Getting
scale
together.
of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Bud Light? Me
Yes.
too. Yeah,
How
that's
often
it.
do you brandish a gun in your interviews? And I like it's just fucking nuts.
Oh my god.
Uh, okay, all
They're
right.
they're BFFs just waiting to happen.
I didn't actually,
Th
I didn't
yeah,
actually read the
that's it.
article, but the comparing notes is the most amazing thing to me.
That's my favorite part of the
That
whole
is
thing.
pretty well
Yeah,
written. Yeah.
Comparing notes at 2:30 AM.
yeah,
Yep, that's what they did.
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Do you still
Yeah.
talk to that midget you used to rap with? Um,
I forgot about the rapid
I
midget.
had a midget once. Yeah.
Uh,
I had a midget once.
Oh god, let's get to plugs.
yes, please.
Tice,
Okay,
all you.
this is really sad. I have no plugs. I can't read because I got
That is really
cataract.
sad. I'm slightly disappointed in you. Do you have a record?
I have,
You surely have gotten a
I have
record.
two. I have two plugs. I have two plugs.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, we watched the Ken Burns Leonardo da Vinci on PBS. It was very good, but again, the deal is a Ken Burns documentary is always is good. But if you don't care about what they're talking about, it's not that interesting. I particularly do care a lot about Leonardo da Vinci. It's very interesting.
Uh-huh.
It's about 4 hours long and 2 episodes. Highly recommend it. You can find it on the app, and I'm sure you can probably catch it in reruns. And although I feel like I'm one of the only people in my age group that actually has a PBS schedule by month. But anyway, and then the other thing I was going to do, and this is kind of a strange, well, it's not a strange plug, but it's kind of a strange band for me. This band's called Copper Bones.
Copper Bones.
Copper Bones.
Okay.
And
Nice.
oh, that's backwards.
The Goonies reference.
Yeah.
Is
So
it?
so
Yeah, Copper Bones. Yeah.
this is from a buddy of mine. His name's Ryan Fleming. He was the guitar player. He was one of the guitar players in My Hotelier, and
Hmm.
Nice.
he was also in this band called Peterbilt, which gave us one of our first punk rock shows after we moved to Lawrence or after we moved to Orlando. So I've always
I remember that poster actually, if I'm
that
not
is yeah.
mistaken.
So it's nice, super nice guy. Anyway, I came across this and so I got it on. I ordered it on Bandcamp. So it is. Uh, it is not my normal thing, but I like it. It's a little bit more like a concepty record. It's got like it's just a guy and a drummer, so it's just Ryan, and he's playing like 20 pedals. So it's a huge
Oh, okay.
sound and like and a drummer, and it's more metal than punk.
Okay.
It's more epic. It's kind of Dream Theater esque a little bit,
Okay.
but anyway, it's definitely worth checking out. And actually, if you sign up on Bandcamp, if you go to copperbones.bandcamp.com, you can register, and they'll give you free download of this record and another record. So
Okay.
anyway, I just wanted to plug it because nice guy, and it's just good to see. I mean, he's I think a little bit older than me. We've been talking on Facebook a little bit, and it's just good to see people still out there doing stuff. So
Yeah, it's
uh,
badass.
Check it out.
yeah, so it's interesting. So anyway, that's it. I've had to stop reading, as you guys know. So anyway, that's it. I remember at the beginning of the year I said that I was going to try to read a book every 2 weeks. This is
You
why I
did.
haven't.
Yeah. So it's a fair excuse.
It is
Eh,
a fair
It's
excuse.
a
It's
better
fine.
excuse than anybody else has.
Yeah, I would say
You
so.
got that going for you.
I can't use that excuse, but I will.
Except for maybe
you
a
should.
literature.
You should.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
should.
you should.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot. We haven't watched a whole lot of new stuff. We've been watching Deadwood. We finally, I hadn't
Ooh.
never watched Deadwood before
Oh, I like
until
Deadwood.
yeah, it's good. It's
Watched that
good.
a
We've
few
been
years back.
going through it. It's pretty great. A lot of really good people in it. A couple movies that we were actually one movie and then a documentary series. The movie came out in 2024. It's called Winner.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's about this woman. Her name was Reality Winner. That's her actual name.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And she was really, really well done movie. Didn't get great reviews. We both really enjoyed it. uh, basically the premise is she, if you don't remember this story, she was working for the NSA, I think in 2016, 2017, and basically, had access to all this confidential information. And so she just opened up the Russia folder and read an article about how Russia did, allegedly, this is what the claim was, because the article itself has never come out. But she basically found this article, this investigation that basically proved that Russia was hacking voting machines or attempting to hack voting machines. And she printed it off the computer, and it logged it. And she snuck out with the paper in hand, and then she sent it to the Intelligencer. I think it was one of those online newspapers. I don't think is around anymore. But anyway, and instead of running with it, they just turned her in to the government.
Oh,
And so she got like 9 years in prison for sharing the information. And I think it was like one of the strictest, harshest penalties ever for leaking United States classified information. And yeah, just a really good, without getting too more into it, just really, really good movie. The other one is a new docu-series on the Netflix called American Manhunt, O.J. Simpson.
Yes, I just finished it last night.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's
Uh-huh.
pretty good.
I liked
So
it a
yeah,
lot.
no, it's interesting. It's the if you haven't seen the what was the docudrama that did the series, it was like kind of the dramatic series they did,
oh,
like
that
OJ
was
Oh,
made.
the Ryan Murphy shit?
Yes,
yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
Yeah,
excellent if you haven't seen that.
it
But this
is
is a
very
good.
good.
This is 4 or 5 years later, and it is really interesting. Like it just kind of walks through the whole, lots of little stuff I didn't know or had forgotten about.
Same.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
what I really enjoyed about it was
Especially with
actually.
the evidence. I was like, is this new? I don't
Yeah,
remember
right.
this.
That was a
Yeah.
lot because I mean that was, I mean, we were all kind of at the age like where that was absolutely huge. Like when that happened, I remember
Oh, yeah.
watching
It was
in
a big deal.
class when the
Yep.
verdict was announced, and
I was
uh,
pretending to be sick
we're
just so I could stay home and watch
good
it a
call,
lot.
good
And
call.
my mom would stay home sick too, and we watch it together.
Yeah, I actually did that
It
with
was great.
the I don't know if either one of you will remember this, but the William Kennedy Smith rape trial. Do you remember this? Where
No.
do you remember the pop cultural reference of, because at the time they were giving live testimony and they just put a blue dot over her face because they were trying to, like, it was kind of mock. I think SNL did a bit on about it, where
Yeah, I think I remember the
anyway, I
mocking of
remember
it.
I
Yeah.
remember spending not being sick like an extra couple of days because I wanted to see that finished up. Anyway, that's neither
The
there.
golden age
Uh,
of court TV.
yeah, it
Yeah.
really was. It was fascinating. It was fascinating. And yeah, American Manhunt, O.J. Simpson on Netflix.
Smith, can I bring up one thing about that? Do you
Absolutely.
that guy that they interviewed who was in that room that was completely trashed and he talked about the DNA evidence? Did that
Oh,
completely distract the shit out of you? He
yes.
literally, Tyson, there's this guy that they interview and the room behind him has folders that look like they've just been thrown everywhere. Like he is in a room that's been demolished
Yeah,
and
it
he's
was
not
weird.
even paying attention to it.
No, it was weird.
It was the strangest
That
thing.
did
Yeah.
cause, like, I was just like, they just, I guess they
Is
just
he
went
like?
with it. Yeah.
They just went with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? He's an
I
So,
expert
don't
of some
know.
sort.
Oh,
He's a.
he some sort of DNA expert that they
yeah.
kept talking to. But it's hilarious because I kept paying attention to what was going on in the background. I highly recommend doing that when you watch this series to everyone because it is fucking funny.
It,
I mean, there's like food wrappers and shit on the floor. Like it is like, what did you do, dude? What were you thinking? It's amazing.
It's a singular mind.
Yeah, very much so. Very yes.
Trash cans, fuck
God.
them.
Just throws him back.
yeah, that's all I got. So,
Very nice.
Good.
I got a couple, and then I've got an unplug. So there's a new documentary on Netflix called "Don't Die: The Man Who Wants to Live Forever." Have you guys heard about this?
I know the guy. I don't know. I haven't heard about the thing.
Brian Johnson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guy's monitoring his
He
son's erections overnight.
him and his son have a very close relationship
They,
that
yep.
is super questionable
okay.
on many levels. It's real weird. Uh, he gets like his son's plasma like every couple of weeks. It's
Matt,
very strange.
this is a guy that's trying to live forever. So
Yes,
he's a
he's on a
he's,
quest for immortality. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
yes,
and
he
he
Okay.
takes like hundreds of supplements a day. Uh,
And
He
the
his
irony,
physique
the
is
irony
actually
is
pretty scary.
his son wants him to die as soon as possible.
Oh yeah,
That's the irony about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
excellent.
yeah.
it's like a fucking modified Munchausen just situation going on. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? You
that's
know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
got to be fucked up somewhere. I mean,
It's real
I
fucked up. The
yeah.
documentary is really weird. I
Is it a
mean,
series or is it like a one off?
it's a one-off.
and
Okay,
what's it
Yeah.
on?
okay.
I would actually watch that.
Netflix.
I would actually
Tyson,
watch
I
it.
think you would actually really enjoy it just
Yeah,
because he's, I mean, a tech guy that went completely nuts. Oh, that's never happened.
right.
And now he's on this super weird quest, and he's bringing not only his son, which that whole relationship, as we just discussed, is very strange, but also his father along for the ride. So there's
Really?
just a lot of layers there. A
Okay.
lot. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah,
All I gotta say
I'm
is
intrigued.
yeah, yeah, it's very interesting. So check that out. And then there's a new movie for rent, I believe, still on all of the platforms called The Order, starring Jude Law and Nicholas Holt. And it's based on a true story about Bob Matthews, who is that right wing fucknut who Nicholas Holt plays, and the FBI agent that takes him down. So, and that's who Jude Law plays. And they're both quite good in it. So, that's an excellent movie. I would definitely recommend. I think we talked about this a little bit, but the new special on Netflix, Kunk on Life, starring Philomena Kunk. I know Tyson, you plugged her book, uh, aka Diane Morgan. It's probably one of the funniest ones to date.
I would
I'm thinking about rewatching it this week.
I would agree.
Right?
I would agree. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's probably the funniest one to date. And I've seen all of them, and I can say that that's probably the funniest one to date.
And I haven't seen all of them, but so you really think it might be?
I think it might be. I think it's amazing that like she has still been able to fly under the radar to find people that will be willing to put up
Yeah.
with her nonsense.
Yeah.
But I mean, but like I just yeah, it's very good. It's like an hour and 10 minutes, and I was like, this could be an extra 30 minutes longer. I'd be okay with it.
It could be. I wish it was longer. I think that's why I want to rewatch it because I haven't seen anything that funny since. So, uh,
well,
other than rewatching The State on Paramount Plus, which has been fun.
that's so funny. You're the
Oh,
second friend that alerted me about that. That's like
I love it, dude. The State is I
yeah,
so many episodes. I have so many videos saved on my phone. I'm surprised I haven't sent them to you guys, but I want you to watch it first.
but it's like that thing though, right? So like my state was Kids in the Hall, so it's like the
Yeah,
first sketch comedy thing. Also, we didn't have it.
The State was like mine,
Yeah.
and then kind of Strangers with Candy was like right there too. So I'm happy to see them both
I
on
did
mine,
I
the
did
mine was
I
all that.
Plus.
No, I'm kidding.
what were you one?
Nothing.
I
I
mean the
said mine
state
was all that. No.
all that.
All that.
That was a Nickelodeon one,
That
right?
wasn't Nicholas. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. That's where
Yes.
Keenan Thompson came from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. I want to. So here's something you can, if you want to have some fun, Dawson. So I used to have this on a VHS cassette. Uh, Janine Garofalo did a stand-up special for like HBO One Night Stand somewhere in the 1995-ish era,
Okay.
and in the background, during the credits, they show the trio from Strangers with Candy. They open for her, and they show some of their work, like doing I don't know improv or bits. I don't know. You just see little bits of it, but you get to see like a joke. Like I mean, you get to see something. So
That's fantastic.
you should.
Because Janine Garofalo is on the last episode of Strangers with Candy. She's in a couple of different scenes, but she works at the corn doggery at the mall that they turned the school into. And she's great in it.
Yeah. So
It's fantastic.
I used to have the cassette. It was one of those things that I don't think got converted. But anyway, you should try to find it because I think you would.
I will. Yeah.
And if
I
you
love
find it,
her.
and send it to me if you find it because
Okay. I will.
the stand up's good, but it's just so weird to see the three of them. Years later, I didn't know who they were at the time, so I was just like, oh, that's so like
That's
holy
so
shit.
badass. I love it. I love that. Yeah. And I love her. I saw her stand up at ATP Music Fest, which was weird because they started having comedians like Hannibal Buress was there, but Janine was great. Like I don't remember any of her jokes because I'm pretty sure I blacked out because I love her so much. I was just like ah,
Well,
but it was super fun.
the way she does her stand ups, like the jokes don't stand out. It's like a vibe. The things you
It
say
is a
are
vibe.
smart and
Yes.
funny,
Yes,
but
yes.
it's not like Roger that,
You're
or
gonna yeah,
some
yeah.
shit like that, like
Yeah. Take
fucking
little nuggets of gold with you
yeah,
afterwards.
right, yeah.
Um, and then okay, I have one more plug and then an unplug, and then I'll shut up.
We
But
love we love unplugs.
yay!
That's a
Yes, we do. We have to have more unplugs this year,
we
guys.
should have to make one unplug every episode.
All
I
right.
agree.
All
That's a
right.
new rule.
Okay.
All right. So everybody giddy up. Um, so last plug is a documentary from last year. You guys are gonna be like, Jesus, Dawson, called The Program. And it explores the bipartisan effort to uncover what intelligence agencies really know about UFOs. And it's very good. And it was on a lot of lists last year. And I was like, I don't know about it. And then 2 or 3 weeks ago, my brother, who's also a UFO ghost nut, he was like, Jess, you got to watch this documentary. And I fucking loved it. He was totally right. Matt, you were right. Super fun. Yeah.
Is
And they interview a lot of interesting people. So if you're,
Is Tom DeLonge in it? That's all I have to ask.
yes, a little bit. There are a few parts of Tom in it. Yes. And I was very excited
Where
about
can
it.
we find this documentary? Where can we
Yeah, where do
Last time I checked, I had to rent it.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if you
All
can,
right.
yeah, but it's on all the
it's
platforms.
called The
So
Program.
The
yes,
program. Okay. Very
yes,
good.
Oh
check
yeah,
it out.
I'll watch that.
I like aliens.
I think it's pretty interesting.
I
I'm like, come on, guys, just let the cat out of the bag. We know that something's going on. So
With the UAPs, I mean, they've always
yeah,
they're
yeah,
already doing that anyway.
I know. Yeah,
Oh.
there's some interesting factoids in there, so I'm into it. And then the
Wait,
unplug.
just to verify, do you believe that the Holocaust happened?
What are you talking
You
about? What's the Holocaust?
son of a bitch. Go ahead.
Oh,
Shut up, Tyson. Of course I believe that shit. Breaks my heart. Did I ever tell you about when I went to the Holocaust Museum in college?
No,
Have I
that's
told you
a,
guys about
yeah.
that?
no.
No, I don't know. No, I've been too, but no, tell your story. 'Cause
Oh
maybe it was
god.
more enjoyable than
It's
mine.
super embarrassing cuz like I'm a big emotional sap, as these guys know, and everyone else in my life. And I was just like, okay, because they give you a number and you go up the elevator and like you go down through the museum. And it's just hard. There's just all kinds of stuff around. And I was just like, breathing heavily. And I'm with my boyfriend at the time and his family. I'm trying not to be a total, emotional nut. And then they take you through one of the train cars. Like you can literally walk through one of them. And it just like overwhelmed me with sadness. And I burst out bawling, ran to the women's bathroom.
Oh
And
man.
my boyfriend at the time, Austin, his mom, Joan, pulled Austin aside and was like, I'm worried about her mental health.
Wait, was this the guy you met on J Date?
On J Date? No, this was the guy the night that you and I met. I bitched to you about all
Yeah.
night drunkenly at Bob Long's
Yeah.
house because he's a total dick
That Austin. Okay.
who
All right.
cheated on me many
Oh,
times and never fessed up to it. So yeah, it's
Uh,
fun to say somebody's name like Austin Gray. Rest in piss. He's still alive. Whatever.
we when we were in New York, we were like, should we go to the Holocaust Museum? Is it in New York or is it in Washington?
It's in DC.
It's in DC. Okay.
Yeah.
We decided. I was like, you know what? That sounds kind of like a downer. Let's go to the museum instead. And that place is closed now. But rest in peace, museum.
Yeah. And so I guess that's a plug. The Holocaust Museum in
That's a-
Washington, D.C.
You should do
For
that.
all of you dumbasses who don't believe it really
So
happened,
but
pieces
yeah.
of shit.
what's the number thing? Does that tell you at the end that you like didn't make it? Like, it's because I've never been. So
Yeah,
you said
because
you
you
got
can.
a number.
I think if I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
correctly, because it has been over a decade ago. Like you can do research on whose number that was and like what happened to them,
Okay, okay. So
and
it's not like a lottery to find
it
out if
really
you got.
brings it home for everyone how
Oh,
fucking awful it was.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, so it happened, everybody.
Yes.
You pieces of shit. I can't. I could go off on that for a long time, but we have unplugs to do.
We do.
One unplug. And it's called Wolfman. Have you guys?
Oh,
I was hoping one of you two would watch that movie.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm Not
Yeah,
excited.
Tyson. It is a Tyson movie.
Good. Good.
Through and through.
It looked.
Maybe we should all watch it and discuss. But
It's got a 51 on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty good.
that is
That's good
wrong.
for a horror
That
movie,
is wrong.
but
That should be a 19.
but that's bad for like a Blumhouse movie, right?
It's real bad for Blumhouse.
So like
Yes.
I was
They fucked
intrigued.
up.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You know how you watch a trailer and you're like convinced that this movie is going to be great? That's how the Wolfman trailer was for me. And
Yeah.
Jonas, we were like, fuck yeah, we're going to go see that Alamo. It's going to be amazing. We just, with everything going on, we were like, we don't have time to do it. So it never happened. So we watched it this weekend and both of us were like, oh my God, that was hot garbage. It was real bad. And it's got like Julie Garner in it from Ozark, who's a phenomenal
yeah.
actress. The guy who becomes the Wolfman was from Girls, but he's been doing a bunch of other stuff. He's a great actor. The script sucks so bad, so bad. So I'm excited for you guys to check it out, but do not pay $19.99 to rent it
Right.
like we did.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah.
that's my advice for the week.
Ooh, I'm excited now. I mean, I love a bad movie. I mean,
It's real bad.
I mean,
It is real bad.
especially if that.
There's so many moments I want to bring up, but I don't want to ruin the shitty
Well, if we don't,
first time effect.
if I don't get it by the next time, if I don't watch by the next time, then feel free. But I will try to watch it because I still got to finish Cuckoo. And the problem, it's just hard to watch that stuff because Beth won't watch any of it, so I have to sort of.
I feel like you're still get like 10 years from now. Hopefully, we're still doing the show, and you'll be like, "Yeah, still got to watch that Cuckoo."
I heard it's good. The director got an honorary lifetime Emmy Oscar for whatever.
It's
for Cuckoo.
fucking great, guys. It really is. It's one of the best horror movies I've seen in a long time. So, just saying.
Well, okay. I will watch it. I promise. I love horror movies now.
Yeah, it's a good one. Wolfman, not so much. Avoid at all costs.
Watch Teen
You're
Wolf
welcome.
instead. It's a much better film.
Teen Wolf is a great movie.
Michael J.
Way better.
Fox at his
Way
peak.
better.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Teen Wolf 2, thoughts, prayers?
It's hard to judge because it's got my man Bateman in it.
It does. It's got Bateman in it.
It's really
Smith
tough.
Doppel. Yeah.
It's tough. It's really tough to decide because I love Bateman, but it's not a great film.
It's not.
It's not a great film.
So So that was an interesting thing you sent earlier this week or last week. You said that well, because we all know that Bateman is sort of Matt's spirit animal. You said that I was calling Jost was my spirit animal, but you never explained it.
It is true.
I kind of
Look
see
at
it.
him.
I kind of see it. Yeah, I didn't.
Tyson, take off your glasses right now.
That's right.
Yeah, it won't matter.
I want the audience, all 17 of you who watches YouTube,
Weigh in.
bring up Colin Jost on your phone.
I do see
and
it.
look at Tyson's face right now.
I do see it.
Tyson, smile. A real smile, not a fucking.
A real smile.
Not one of those great photo trying to smile. Real
I'm
smile.
telling you, you guys could be related. You guys could be related.
All right.
Thank you, Smith.
I thought maybe it was just
and that's a
because
compliment too.
I thought it was because we had similar comedic inclinations. I didn't.
You
think
guys are both funny. That goes without saying. The same with Smith and Bateman, both funny, whatever. But I'm talking about looks alone.
Okay,
Colin Jost. Yes.
So you're saying I got a shot? I
stand by it.
Scarlet. Right.
Yeah, you got, dude.
So.
I don't have the generational wealth that Colin Jost has, unfortunately.
That's true.
There is that little thing.
Or
you got some better dance moves, though. I guarantee you, Tyson.
That's probably true.
Probably true. And I've never been in Tom and Jerry, so that's also.
There you go. Yeah, points all around. So
I am related to Chet Hanks. So this is, boom.
I think that's going to be the title of this episode. Tyson is
Tyson
related to Chet Hanks.
I think that's going to be the name of my biography. It's like, I am, however, related to Chet Hanks. The Tyson Dynasty story.
And just Chet. No other Hanks.
Just Chet. Yeah. Just Chet.
Just
not
Chet.
Abraham Lincoln, who was a Hanks. Not him.
Nope. Nope.
Just
none of them.
snuck into your family tree.
Yep.
Lived there.
That sounds about right. That's a total Chet
Camped
move.
out on a limb.
It is a Chet move. He's living in a.
That was the white boy summer right there. Yeah.
That's right. He's living He's living in an unsanctioned toilet paper display in the Walmart of my family tree.
Real close to a spit take. It was like
Yeah.
right there. Oh God.
Okay,
Chet.
we
Okay.
we should go.
This is for you, Chet. Come on the show.
You
We'd love
chat.
to
Yeah,
have
Come on
you.
the show.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
This year,
Absolutely.
last year was Nick Cage, and the year before. This year is all about Chet.
But,
So,
I think you're right.
Tice,
We're gonna.
really work that familial thing going on
Oh,
between you
That's
two.
right.
And
We need to make this
yeah.
happen.
I'll show you the
Yep.
I'll show you the book next time.
Oh wow. All right. The audience can't wait. All right. Always a pleasure, guys.
Uh,
Oh,
Tyson
bye.
can't read. Bye.
I can't read.
it's true. That would be a good name for the show too.
Actually, that's a better name, I'd say.
Very good.
What in the shit? Tyson! That's too. No.
Family show, Tyson.
It is a family show. YouTube's going to take us down.
What? You can't see anything. Look.
Yeah, it's
Covered up.
definitely see some stuff.
No.